Hi friends, I am Sweta Kaushal and I welcome you all to a new chat session at Hindustan Times. Today, we shall talk to the very talented actor, Kirti Kulhari. Welcome to Hindustan Times, Kirti.
Thank you, Sweta. Thank you so much.
First of all, you have done this short film, The List. Tell us what is it about and what is your role?
I think the film is, it's almost like, are you able to choose and create your own list as per who you are and how you wish to live your life? Or is there a list already existing in place for you that you just have to follow like a zombie? You know what I mean? So it also talks about free will versus what is there, So can you really choose? Are you really free to choose? Which I believe you really are. But a lot of people, with the way we are brought up and the conditioning, we almost believe that हमारी तो कोई choice है ही नहीं यार. Like we just have to follow what is already written down for us. It is also about how in general, people are losing their connection with themselves, whether whether you talk about technology kind of overtaking us, or you talk about consumerism, how we are humans for a reason, right? In terms of we have a heart, we have a mind, and we are supposed to use it for our own betterment and eventually for the betterment of the society and the world. It's not something that you can really spot unless you develop a certain amount of awareness. Even if you talk about social media, everything around you is programming you to think a certain way, to be a certain way, and while that is happening, you are losing the humanness in you. You're losing the connection that you should have with yourself. And of course, if you can't have a connection with yourself, you can never connect with another in front of you. And so it's a lot about these things, and how these characters that you see in the film, which are representing a couple, and they're representing, it's almost like a futuristic. I mean, it is treated and portrayed in a very futuristic way, but I would say that's already our present, in terms of what is being portrayed in the thing. And it is only going to get worse from here if we don't wake up. You know what I mean? So, it's like we are turning into robots. When I read it for the first time, it gave me a little bit of the Black Mirror feels, where they deal with the regular issues, but the kind of perspective they give you, it is so it is scary, but in a very it's almost like there is something else controlling you, which is not even human, which is not even like it's like a black energy sort of consuming you, and that this film has a sort of feel like that. But it just like, what I loved about it is the fact that whatever I'm talking about, whether you see couples turning into, it's all become like, especially like a lot of these corporate jobs and everything, the life in metros, the cities has become about survival, right? You are just doing to make your ends meet from whichever strata you come from, to just, as I said, you are following a list. If you really sit back and think, you are following a list. मुझे 6 महीने में ये करना है, मुझे टीवी लाना है, मुझे वो करना है. You're working towards a list. But what we don't realize is it's taking us away from the living part of it, which is the only point. The bottom line of life is to live.
As you mentioned, it was a challenge. It was tough for you to...
It was not really a challenge. No, it wasn't. I mean, as I said, what is challenging is when you have like an array of emotions and you have to portray those emotions, right? Because I mean, that's what's tough about acting. Like, how do you put yourself day in, day out in the place of another character and go through their emotional journey and all of that, so that is the challenge. But here it was a different kind of a challenge, but personally to me, I think it came pretty easy because, I mean, you just had to not show anything, you know, you just had to go blank. So I think I was like, and you had to speak nothing, you know, which is
What was the
great.
prep like?
The prep was, in fact, the prep was something that it was almost like, how do you crack this idea of two people going through everything, going through their daily chores in a rhythmic, monotonous way? How do you sort of portray that, meter wise, right? There's a meter to it, there's a rhythm to it. So we literally did it that way. We had like, we cracked it like, we would play a metronome, which is beats, right? And we would literally, like, every action was, everything we did had to be synchronized. Like both me and Angad had to be in complete, we had to do it together. If I'm lifting my phone, it had to come up at the same time, you know. So there is a meter thing playing at in the background, a metronome, something called a metronome, which gives you different beats, you know, and in different, like the pace is also different, different rhythms. And we just had to practice getting that in, you know, in places. And in fact, there were times that it would be Angad's shot and I would be going like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, he's just doing to that. And also the fact that the idea was to not blink, okay? Because robots don't blink. Like if you're human, you blink. If there's a human moment, you blink. But if there is nothing human left about you and your life, you are just, you know, not blinking was really a big challenge because I mean, blinking is such a unconscious thing, you know. It's just happening, like breathing. It's just happening. But when you have to, like, if someone asks you to stop breathing, then you would be like, oh my God, how do I do that? You know, how do I hold my breath? It's like that. How do I not blink? You know, it's such an effort. So in fact, funnily enough, the second day of the shoot, it was a 3-day shoot, and the second day of the shoot, I had conjunctivitis. Like, I never have conjunctivitis, and I have conjunctivitis. And I'm like just calling my eye doctor. I said, please theek kar do, main kuch nahi kar sakti iske bina. And on top of that, I have to keep my eyes like straight like that. And I was like, oh, damn. So yeah, you know, these were the challenges. But I think overall, it was great fun, yeah, to explore a very different story with a very with a even more different treatment. You know, I think that was our high. So it was really a lot of fun. But at the same time, Shweta, I think what always amazes me and surprises me is, like, it was a 3-day shoot and it was very hectic for us. And it was just the actors, like everything was on us. And it was not your regular film to, you know, shoot and execute and all of that. But, and like, as I said, I developed conjunctivitis and all of that. I mean, these are your challenges. But I think what I always take back, and what I always, you know, it never ceases to amaze me, is the fact that human beings are really strong beings. Like, you know, it's mind over matter, like mind over my body. When I know that even if I'm hurting, even if I'm physically challenged, or even if I have a condition that is, you know, not in my favor, I just know that this is my job as an actor. This is what I'm here for. Everyone is here for me to be able to do what I do. I do not have the luxury of sitting back and saying, oh my God, I have conjunctivitis, guys, we'll have to cancel the shoot. I would never do that unless I'm really dying. Okay. And I think, and when you cross over to the other side, you've finished it and you've crossed over to the other side, and you're like, see, you were right. You know, it really is. We give a lot of importance to our bodies. We have a lot of attachment to our bodies, our, you know, beauty and idea, whatever. It gives you situations like these give you a chance to get over it. You know, it's like to detach yourself from what you think really makes you, and push yourself in a way and come out on the other side a winner. And I think that is very empowering, because truly what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And when we go through, shoots are not easy, shoots are never easy, but when we get done with them, I think it really is empowering, that oh, I could do this, with all the challenges, with all the constraints, everything I felt was not in my favor. I could really do this. And I think it only makes you stronger, mentally and emotionally and physically, to take up a bigger challenge next time. And I think that's been my learning from the film.
As far as I understand, the film also talks about lack of emotions in modern day relationships. What for you is a trigger? What makes you disconnect or grow uninterested in relationship?
Drama, unnecessary drama. I can't deal with drama. I can only deal with simplicity. You have a problem, let's talk about it. Don't make a whole story and film around it, and then make it look like it's like I can't deal with drama. And I used to be the one, like a lot of people, with a lot of drama, my own drama. But I have worked on myself, and I've reached a point where I come with zero drama in my life, in my workspace, in my personal life, with family, with friends, everybody. There is zero drama. Give it to me straight, take it from me straight. ये सब घुमाओ फिराओ मत. You know what I mean? So I have this, little personal joke where I'm like, all my drama is now directed towards films and the work I do as an actor, because wahan to it can't be like, everything cannot be like, okay, give it to me straight. Nobody's going to cast me then. But it really is that balancing of, whatever drama I need to create and however dramatic it needs to be, I will keep it, I will save it for my work, my films. For me as an actor, personally as Kirti Kulhari, take the shit out. Anybody who gives me shit in the form of drama, I'm very open to. You want to confront me, you want to, have a conversation, you want to put it out there. I'm capable of handling the truth. Okay. But keep it simple. So if ever I see there is a lack of that, I have zero tolerance for it now. I'm like, I don't need this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So yeah.
Wonderful. Acha, how was it working with Angad again?
It's so funny, but we were in, it was so, we were in very different spaces, in life. Like when we met during Pink, I was the one who was engaged, and I was the one who was going to get married, in like 3 months' time when we were shooting. And I meet Angad after all these years, and he's a father. He's a father of 2, and I am separated. I am single again, and so I remember. So it was very warm and sweet and all of that. But I remember there were these shots where the camera, we are lying on the bed, both of us, and the camera is like top angle, okay, and it's they are setting it up and all of that. And I remember we had the most, we talked the most, we shared the most, lying down on that bed, me on my side, he on the other side, looking up. And we are not even looking at each other. We are just talking about life, where we are, how does it feel to be a father, what my journey has been, and, how we are, what's our workspace like, how are we looking at that. And that was because it was so hectic otherwise. It was just so nice. I still remember it so vividly, like just lying on the bed, and it's like talking about the most important and profound things of life in that position, the camera is on top of you. It was it was really he really pulled my leg during Pink. So I kind of questioned him on that. I said, what was that about? And what was that about? Because I was too naive or too like into my thing to even bother about, the jokes being cracked on me or whatever. I was like, what was that about? What was that about? And he was like, I don't remember. I don't do this. I don't do that. So, but it was really like, it's really amazing how people are. That was 2016. This is 2022. It's been 6 years, and so much, changes in people's lives. And it's like when you meet them at different junctions in their lives, how they have changed and evolved and become better human beings. So yeah, it was really nice to just do something again with Angad.
Where is the new season of Four More Shots headed now?
I can't announce the date. I mean, we know the date. I can't announce it, but I can just say super soon. It's almost like any time आपको खबर आ जाएगी कि oh my god, season 3 is coming. So yeah.
Okay. What new turns does your character take?
Well, उसके लिए तो season देखना पड़ेगा, but it's pretty much, the show has a certain setup. It has a certain it has certain sets of issues and problems, and I think all the characters are sort of moving along in their journeys in life, and of course there's more drama they are attracting. It's almost like you attract more drama yourself, and then you get busy solving that drama and getting out of it. So it's almost like it's really funny, how drama gets created, and then you struggle to come out of the drama, and then again there's more drama, and then so basically it's a lot of drama as usual in Four More Shots. And I think they are still trying to figure it out, like always, but in different respects, of course there's growth which comes with a price, and some of it is pleasant, some of it is not so pleasant. And yeah, but I think taking all of it with a pinch of salt, and the friends sort of get each other, and they're there to support most of the times. And yeah, so just more of what you have already seen before, more twists and turns, and hoping for a better season than ever.
It has been a long journey for you in the industry, and we've all seen your successes, your celebrations. What would you say have been your worst roadblocks?
Worst roadblocks? I think my own self. And I think that's true for most of the people. You really come in the way of your own self, and I think that comes with being immature and unconscious, and just not understanding who you are and what you are about, and so a lot of, again, philosophical and spiritual questions that I have kind of asked over the years, and thank God I did, because I think it's just it just made me meet myself. I finally met myself, and I no more feel lost. I no more feel fearful. I no more feel insecure. I mean, there are moments here and there, of course, but my ability to get over things and move on has become like, it's almost like a superpower. I think everything else is very specific, and I do not like discussing specific things, not in the sense of I can't, but from the understanding that I have today, it's almost boring to talk about what was.